Okay, this video is just to show where we're kind of a demo of what I'm doing with the NSDA districts, how to pair for debate events, so that'd be Policy LD and POFO, I think. And this is just to show you what the screen's like. This isn't live yet. I would like your feedback, and then I will push it that way. So let me start with a quick little tour. The center screen here just shows all the teams, their seed, which might not be relevant. I'm not sure if they keep figure points, but the number of losses they have. So as you can see, we have 7 teams here that are undefeated, and there's 15 teams total, so there's 8 teams that are not, or that have 1 loss. And then, depending on what we want to do, the buttons that are active over here are going to change. But for now, just these are the teams. It shows the bracket they're in, and if there's a seed order, it shows that too. This box will change the display, what shows, so you can show only the undefeated bracket. So those are only the 7 no-loss teams. You can show the down 1 bracket, so those are the 8 teams with 1 loss. You can show everybody. And if you end up clicking on one of these teams, that shows you who they're conflicted against, and then it also highlights them. If you want to get rid of that, you can clear the team selection. And then this button will just take you back to the normal tab room pairing display. That's the same as it is for every tournament it shows. It's just a schematic, and it shows rooms and judges and whatnot. Okay, this bracket status box just shows you how many teams are in the bracket. So once you get around to pairing, that might be useful to look at. But if we look at the undefeated bracket, this will tell us that there's 7 teams there, none of whom have been paired, and that's helpful for figuring out stuff like, do we need a buy and whatnot. So that's what's going on in this thing. And down here are the actual bracket actions. So imagine that we were going to go ahead and pair this. Let's go ahead and show all 15 teams. The first thing we need to do is draw a buy. So I'll click on that, and when I do, a little box up here is going to show up and tell me what's going on. You pull from teams that have 1 loss, have not had a bye, and have lost to an undefeated team. And in this pool, there's 5 such teams. And then the computer will randomly pick one of those. So it's picked Cornell TK is the team to get the bye, which we can manually assign. And when I click that button, you can see that this activated, so the action is now I can assign a bye by clicking that button next to the team that I want. We should probably eventually make it do that automatically unless there's a need for human intervention, but for now it's done manually, which I think is okay. Alright, so Cornell TK, they get the bye, I click on it, and then now the pairings show up. There's 1 team with a bye, and it's Cornell. Alright, so we're now ready to pair the teams. But the first thing I need to do is pull a team up. That's the next deal. So now it's showing me these are the teams in the 1 loss bracket. And there's this many of them. It has checked the bracket above, and it turns out 1 team had a bye to figure out if we need to pull a team due on a certain side. But since it's around 3 and everybody's had an half and an egg, well, with 2 buys in there, we can pull up a team with either side. So it's identified that it has 8 candidates for being pulled up, that they meet the right side. That's everybody in the bracket. No one has had been pulled up before. And then what this is showing me, okay, and then the computer has randomly selected this team, Louisville TW, so we would pull them up. Now, just so you know, this shows how many conflicts they have with teams in the in the undefeated bracket. So we know if we pull it, this Louisville team is actually conflicted with 3 of those 7 teams. And that's not a big deal right now because we'll find an opponent for them. But when you get down to only 4 or 5 teams in that bracket, a team that can't be paired, you would know that before you pulled them up. So you wouldn't have to pull them up and try to pair it. You would just know that's the most conflicted team. This is the least conflicted team. But the computer has randomly selected this team, so I'm going to click this pull up button. And now it has flipped the bracket. So it's now showing us the undefeated bracket, 0 loss bracket. 0 losses, and then there's Louisville right at the bottom of it. To get rid of that message, I just click it, and it goes away. So now we have 8 teams in this bracket. We're ready to pair them. I'm not really sure how it is that if this process is purely random or if it's power matched, but either way, you get to do it. You just do it manually. So you click on a team, and anybody that they're conflicted with shows up as being red. So we know I can't pair those 2, but I could pair them against Louisville, so I will. Ooh, sorry. I forgot to click on this button that says pair the teams against each other. And when I do that, it will change these screens, change my action button, and show me the information that I need. If this were a round where there were side constraints and this team was due AF, then I'd want to pick a team that was due neg, but I don't have to worry about that now. So I'm choosing Louisville, and now Liberty and Louisville show up on the pairings down here. And these two teams now, instead of having an action button there, their opponent shows up. And I guess I'm just going to keep pairing these teams. The two Vanderbilt teams obviously are conflicted with each other, and Liberty's got a conflict, so I'm going to pair them first, just so I don't get down to the last two and have them both be Vanderbilt. And accomplish that by clicking the team and then their opponent. Okay, so I've now just paired the undefeated bracket, and that's also a process that could be automated. We could have the computer just go through and randomly pair them. If there was a seeding protocol, we could follow the seeding protocol, but you can do it this way also. All right, so we've now paired the undefeated bracket. Now I want to pair the down one bracket. And you can see Madison looks like it has 3 conflicts. So we have 6 teams, 3 of them are from JMU, so we have to pair them against other teams. Let's just see who's available there, and now hopefully Louisville and Madison can debate, and they can. All right, we're done. All those teams have showed up on the pairings down here. All 15 teams appear. There's one bye. There's one pull-up that you can see right there, and at this point, you could just click this button to go back to the round 3 schematic, and then at this point, it's just like any other tab room tournament. So you could assign judges, you could assign rooms, you can blast the pairings, you can do anything you could do with tab room. All right, that's the quick little overview. I hope it's been helpful. I'm going to send a document with this to help clarify things, and like I said, any feedback would be great.